Okay, so today we're going to learn about application problems. And the first application problem we're going to learn about is applications that deal with perimeters. So I've been given this rectangle right over here, and they've given me some dimensions of the rectangle. They told me that the width of the rectangle is 2x plus 3, and the length of the rectangle is x. And they also gave me another piece of information. They said the perimeter of the rectangle is 36. And now they want to know what is x. So they want to know what the number of x is. So we're going to try to find that. The first thing that I want to think about is how you find perimeter. And you find the perimeter by adding up all the sides. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, well if this side right here is x, then this side across from it, if it's a rectangle, must also be x. And if this is 2x plus 3, well this side should be 2x plus 3. So now I know what all the sides are. So now that I have all the sides, I'm going to start adding things up. So I'm going to say, well, 2x plus 3 plus x plus 2x plus 3 plus x should all equal my perimeter, which is 36. So now I'm going to start to combine like terms because I got a whole bunch of stuff over here. So I'm going to combine all the x's first. And if I look at that, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 x's. And now I'm going to combine all the whole numbers. So I have 3 and 3, so that would be another 6. So I have 6x equals 36. So now I can start solving. Minus 6 minus 6 plus 6x equals 30. Divide by 6, divide by 6, and I get to find what x is, which is 5. So if they ask me some extension questions, so that's what x is. But let's say they ask me an extension question. Like they ask me, what is the width of this rectangle? Well, to find that, I could just plug in 2 times 5 plus 3. Whoops, come on, buddy. There we go. And I could find that this would be 13, so my width would be 13. Or, well, my length is really easy because if I plug in 5 for x, I get my length to be 5. So we can find out some extra information on top of that. But that's how I would find the perimeter solution. I would take my thing, add up all the sides, and after adding up all the sides, set equal to the perimeter, and then just kind of solve. Okay, hopefully you can see my second problem. The writing on this thing isn't very big, and then it disappears. Okay, there I got my text back. So hopefully you can see some of it, but in this problem I have a Blu-ray cost twice as much as a DVD. And I bought 5 Blu-rays, and I bought 3 DVDs, and I spent a total of $130. And I want to know how much a Blu-ray costs and how much a DVD costs. So we're going to see if we can write an equation. So the first thing I want to think about is I want to think about how I got to the $130. Well, I got to the $130 by adding the cost of 5, we'll call these Blu-rays. So 5 Blu-rays plus the cost of 3 DVDs, and that gave me $130. Well, I can start to narrow this down a little bit more. I can go, okay, well I know that 5 Blu-rays, or a Blu-ray, is twice as much as a DVD, so 2 times as much as a DVD. So let's call it DVD X, because I don't know what a DVD costs, so I'll give it a variable. And 3 times, well, we called the cost of a DVD X, so let's keep that there. And that should equal 130. So now I'm going to solve this a little bit more because I can start to simplify. Well, 5 times 2 should give me 10. And 3 times X should give me 3. When I combine these, that should give me 13x, being 130. Divide by 13, divide by 13, and x would equal 10. Now we have to think about this for a second, because sometimes after we do all this algebra, we forget what x means. Well, x is the cost of my DVDs from up here. So this was the cost of the DVDs. But that doesn't tell us yet what the cost of a Blu-ray is. If you remember up here, though, a Blu-ray is just twice as much as a DVD. So if a DVD is 10, a Blu-ray should be twice as much as 10, which should be 20. So those would be my two answers. My DVD would be 10, my Blu-ray would be 20. Try some of the word problems in your groups.